Is it going? Oh, yes, there it is. We don't know what we're doing. It's fine.
Nikki here.
Kelly here. So we're going to do...
Book talk first?
Yeah, let's do a book
Oh my
talk.
gosh, I just...
She just knocked
Please
it
hold.
out of the ballpark.
I am so excited for this book talk video. It's not even funny because these books that I just read are so...
And we've decided to divide and conquer. So I have to look forward to these book talk videos also because we're not reading the same books. We're going to try to read separate books.
We're going to try, but you know how hard it is?
I know.
I want to read Gilded so bad. And I'm like, dang it, I feel like I can't now.
I'll just do my bestest.
Like we'll have to have like our own, like a book we read in the background that's just for us.
Yeah, just for a switch of our private book. Our secret.
This is my private reading.
Our secret third book.
I feel like this week though I've knocked out so many books. Like I'm already almost done with There Are No Saints.
And Nikki's also working on Talking Louder.
Oh yes.
She
Did I
wasn't
just
talking.
get quiet?
Yeah, you got quiet, so I had to remind you.
I think it's just like I'm just a timid person in real life.
Well, this isn't real life.
Kind of.
Okay, so start it.
Okay.
Because I want to hear about this book.
I literally just finished this last night at like 12:31 a.m. It's so beautiful, guys.
Oh, it is so beautiful.
So this is Belladonna by Adeline Grace. I did an inside look on this. So the first 6 chapters, I kind of reviewed them, and they are on YouTube as well. But this book, guys...
And this is the same author that did All the Stars and Tea.
Yes. So I'm just gonna show you again. You guys have all seen it already. Look at it naked.
Oh my god, it's so beautiful.
Look at it naked.
Oh my gosh.
This is the Barnes & Noble exclusive edition. But the regular edition is just as beautiful. It's just white as a background. I think I'm gonna have to buy it also.
And is it black instead of purple?
Nope. It's still a purple.
It is? Okay.
And then this is all white.
No, I meant this. This is black instead of...
No,
maybe.
This is purple too.
It is? Well, what makes it special?
The white and the purple.
Oh.
And you get an exclusive chapter.
Oh,
so
okay. I was going to say, Barnes & Noble better pick up their exclusive game because I don't even care.
It was 20% off when I bought it too. So I don't know if it still is, but... Guys, this book is so... beautiful. So basically, this girl, like, there's not a lot of books about death, like death being a person, you know, and
So death is a person?
Yes.
So is this a retelling?
No.
No?
I wouldn't, no. It is a dark gothic romance. Well, not dark. It's still young adult, but it is a gothic romance for sure. So basically this girl, it follows Mara, and the prologue, she's at an estate party when she's 4 months old. Her mom is very wealthy, and everyone just starts dropping dead at the party.
Yeah.
And so the mom hands the baby off to the maid puts her in her crib, and then the maid drops dead. So everyone dies.
So what is the main synopsis of this book? Like,
so
what's the main
synopsis
story?
So she goes to her new guardian. She's about 4 or 5 months away from inheriting her whole trust fund, where she will be on her own. She doesn't know her mom because her mom died. So she thinks that her mom wants her to be this woman, a socialite, go to the balls and parties and have her debut and blah, blah, blah. So she's at her next guardian. She's been passed over and over different guardians, and they all keep dying too.
Oh.
So death follows her.
Oh.
Well, she finds out that she can't die. So she eats these poison berries called belladonna, and she goes to the between place between life and death because she can't die, and she gets to see death. So she has all these questions. She talks to death. They have really great banter. I really love death. And so anyways, they form this friendship, relationship. Well, she gets to her new guardian, and they're very wealthy, and she starts taking lessons on how to be a classy woman, and she has plans for her debut in the spring. So she's all the dresses and the tea and all that stuff. So she's very excited for that, but she soon learns that that's not necessarily what she wants.
Okay.
So then people start dying there, and she's solving a murder.
Lord.
So now it's like a mystery because she realizes that somebody's poisoning them with belladonna.
So is she not responsible for all the deaths, or it's the secret? No. Oh, that is okay. She's not.
She's not responsible, but death follows her everywhere, and there's a reason for it. So I don't want to give anything away. I haven't given anything away yet. But
how far into the book do you think you told us?
Probably the 6 chapters.
That's just the first 6 chapters? Okay.
Okay, so if you watch my Inside Look, I talk about just the 6 chapters, so much goes on. Okay. That was like a 10-minute video on just 6 chapters. There's so much that happens.
Okay.
But it's kind of like Clue meets like Bridgerton.
Oh, I love Bridgerton. Yeah, well, I love the show. I've read the books.
It is. It's like Bridgerton meets like it's a murder mystery, like whodunit kind of thing.
I like it.
All the characters are just so fun. I love them so much. Yes. And the second book is called Foxglove. So that Foxglove is the name of her estate that she gets to inherit. And that is the second book, and that is coming out August of next year.
And she was telling me earlier that, look, one old hand sneaky.
Okay.
She was telling me earlier that this ends pretty okay, like not like a terrible cliffhanger.
It does leave it open where another book is coming, but it's not where you have to run at 3 a.m. and go find the next book either.
Or die because you have to wait.
The last line, I literally chuckled at. I was like, okay, Adeline Grace, I see you.
I see what you do.
I got you now.
I'm going to have to read it.
And like I said, there's a hidden chapter in here. It's one it was a deleted chapter.
So do you know which one it is? Does it tell you this is... Oh, okay.
It just says, turn the page for an exclusive deleted chapter from the author's original draft.
All right.
So it doesn't tell you like where it is in the story, but
you
can
know.
kind of
puzzle you figure it out.
Yeah.
Nice. I just think it's gorgeous. It's just a beautiful, beautiful book. And I really liked All the Stars and Teeth, too. I really liked that book, that story.
I gave that one 5 stars. I gave this one 5 stars. There it is again.
It's nice. And it's a pretty book under that cover, too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think all of her books are. Yeah, she does not hold back.
She's not holding back. She hired the best to decorate her little creatures. So, I'm gonna do a duology for my. I just finished. Oh yes, I just finished First. First of all. Hello, they are gorgeous.
Marissa Meyer is another one that does not hold back with beautiful books.
I know, I love all her books. Oh my gosh. So I'm just going to be honest. I love every story that Marissa Meyer has done. Renegades wasn't my favorite.
Oh, did you actually read it?
Yeah, I read Renegades. It was good. It was good. I'm not saying it wasn't good, but it was good. But it wasn't like this. Mm-hmm. It wasn't like Heartless. It wasn't like the Lunar Chronicles. It just didn't do it for me. And it was probably because it was like a whole superhero versus the anti-hero type situation.
It was kind of out of her regular go-to too, because she is very much like a
retelling. She does retellings, which... Hello, this is going to be a retelling of Rumpelstiltskin.
We love
Has anybody done that? I don't even know if anybody's done it, but the second guild comes on the scene. The first book, Gilded. So you're going to meet Cerilda, who is a storyteller. Yeah, is a storyteller, and she's been blessed or cursed by the god Wordith, who is, the storytelling god. And so people call her a liar, and she just tells stories, and she gets herself into quite the pickle in the first book.
There was one point where we were texting and Kelly said, I'm excited to see how they get out of this. Is that the part you were talking about?
I wasn't excited. I was devastated. I was like, I see no way out. So reading this book, I saw no way out for her.
I wasn't excited.
No way out for her. It was devastating, and I was just like, I don't know. I just felt trapped too. because I felt stupid because when I did my first 6-chapter inside story, I thought, oh, we've got the brooding dark prince. He's coming on the scene.
You know,
he's just Nikki's type. He's tall, dark, and handsome. He was horrible.
Am I gonna not like him?
No, you're not gonna like him. So he was horrible.
Waste of a character. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. And then he was even also more horrible. Actually, there were parts where I wondered in this one if he might turn it around, but no.
No, I don't think he's going.
He didn't turn it around. And then whenever she... Oh, God. Okay.
You know it's good when you clutch it to your chest.
I know. I was sobbing for the last part. Because once she figures out a way out of it, which I can't tell you because it'd be a spoiler, something else happens. And I'm like, there's no way out of this. And I'm just like, there's no way out of this. I was like, it was all for nothing. What is going on? Anyway, it was devastating. It was...
And there's only 2 books.
There's
right?
only 2 books. It ends, it wraps up. But there's something that she talks about in the epilogue in this book, and I think it might be real. And so I Googled it to try to figure, like, she tied something real into this story. But I'm not smart enough to figure it out. So I'll tell you about it later. So maybe we can put our brains together and figure it out. But I'm not like in the art world, which I do have a friend who is, and so I might be asking her if she knows what they're talking about at the end, because I couldn't figure it out. But this is a 10-star series. I absolutely loved it. You've got great characters. First of all, also like something new. I mean, it's old, but it's new. So I really liked that. I liked her. I love every one of her retellings. They are all fabulous. The whole Lunar Chronicles, each book is a different retelling of a different,
It says, when it comes to reimagined fairy tales, the reigning queen of the genre is Marissa Meyer.
Yes. And the award goes to Marissa Meyer. She is so good at it.
Down the aisle, like
oh my God. And these books are just gorgeous. I love them. So, and they're also bigger than her typical book. So this would probably be the size of her typical book, wouldn't you say? Except for Heartless was big.
Heartless was
Lunar
big.
Chronicles, well, never mind, because Renegades was big too. Takes these backsies. But look at the difference of the size of a regular book versus this book. So they're good sized books.
Yeah, Heartless was big.
Yeah, Heartless was big.
I had to just think where it was on my shelf, and it's with my big books.
I love these books so much. So
Marissa did it again.
She did it again. She knocked it out of the ballpark. Here go, girl.
All right, my next one is not a duology, but it is an actual series. I think there's 5. These are the first 2.
They're pretty. I like them.
Neon Gods and Electric Idol by Katie Robert.
I like how she spells her name.
I do too. It's so cute. Guys, these books are amazing. These are also retelling. So we've got Neon Gods first. This one is a Hades and Persephone retelling. Phenomenal. And then Electric Idols is a Psyche and Eros retelling.
Which I don't even know who those people are.
Well, in the story, Psyche is Persephone's sister.
Oh, okay. Oh, I think you told me that.
Yeah, but... So these are not YA. Apparently the chili pepper spice level is only a 3 on these.
But if you ask Nikki,
I was like,
this is the most spice she's ever had.
Yeah, so yeah. If you like mild smut, you're gonna like these.
Mild smut. I saw this bookmark. I gotta tell you this today. I saw this bookmark today, and it was Jesus on a bookmark, and he's kind of peeking in, and he's like, "Is that smut?"
That's awesome.
I was like, "That's the best bookmark I've ever seen."
That's awesome.
I was like, Nikki and Micah need that.
We do.
Is that smut?
We could totally like make one bookmark.
I know. Put Jesus on it. Oh my gosh.
The next one is in the series is Wicked Beauty, which I had. Well,
have you got it yet?
Josh has it. Me and Josh finally committed and combined our library, so I do have Wicked Beauty now.
Well, you might as well get married.
I know. That's what I told him. I was like, "Can we just get married? So your books are my books." I was
just
like,
get married.
Most people marry for money.
She marries for books.
I'm just kidding, Josh. Anyways, Neon Gods and Electric. Guys, these are amazing books.
I'm kidding, Josh. I'm so kidding.
These were 5-star books, guys. Micah is reading Neon Gods right now, and she sent
She was
messages.
heated earlier.
Yeah, she was like, this better end, not end how it's going to end, or whatever
This
she
better
said.
end how I want it to
Yeah,
end.
that's what she said.
It's like,
And
you better take that up with Katie.
I am not going to spoil it for Micah because it was beautiful. It's such a good one. I want to reread these so bad now.
That was the sad, I can't believe it's over.
No, I do have more. And so another thing, they are connected, but they are not completely connected, if that makes sense. So like you
They're
can
in the
read
same
this
world.
and you don't have to read this. You
Yeah.
could probably read this and get away with not having to read this one. So it follows, the same characters are still in the book, but this follows 2 different characters. This one follows 2 different characters, all in the same world, if that makes sense. They do overlap their lives and everything. Like I said, she is her sister, but you could get away with just reading these as standalones if you wanted.
Nice.
I did not want to.
I did not want to. She's going to choose to go down,
Yes.
which is what I would probably do,
I
too.
did take a break, though, for some other books, and then I am going to make my way back.
God, they're so beautiful.
Making my way downtown.
Making my way downtown.
Walking fast.
Walking
Faces
fast.
passing homebound.
I can't remember if I talked about this book, but it
We'll be
doesn't
talking
matter.
about it again.
Because I'm talking about it again.
Because that's
Stephen
how good it
King,
is.
fairy tale. Oh my God, I love it so much. So I guess, honestly, everything I've read from Stephen King, well, Pet Sematary, all those, that's not my, I read it. I think, I don't know, I remember it from my
I have
youth.
not read anything with Stephen King except for the Tom Gorner one.
So he used to be super scary, and he used to write books like Pet Sematary, Cujo, those kinds of books. And I know Cujo. I know I read Cujo. I don't.
What's Cujo?
It's about a dog that gets rabies. It's a big dog, like a mastiff, and traps a family in their car. They're trying to get from the car to the house. Like, it's crazy. It's so crazy.
I've only seen the movie It and Pet Sematary, but I haven't read the books.
I can't remember if I read it or if I just saw the movie, because you know when you're young, everything kind of blends together. So because I was reading all the time.
Last week blends together for me. What do you mean when you're young?
I was reading horror like crazy back then because I was reading
Really?
John Finn, John Ferris, Stephen King, Dean Koontz, which I don't really think he's horror, and I was also reading V.C. Andrews, which is incest. Like looking back, I can't believe that. I want to say, I can't remember if I got them at the public library or the school library, but I want to say I was in middle school. I was in middle school reading V.C. Andrews.
Don't they have a book about magicians, or is that a different VC?
I have no recollection of that.
Okay,
So
you continue.
no.
I'm gonna look.
V.C. Andrews wrote Flowers in the Attic.
Oh gosh,
Yeah.
that book was messed up.
Yeah, and all kinds of books, all similar to that. Rich Family.
I don't think that we're talking about the same one then.
Yeah, probably not. So, anyways, Stephen King, the new Stephen King, and I don't know why I'm calling it the new Stephen King, but
We are not talking about the same one.
no, but it's more suspense for me. It's more suspenseful, and I really, really like it. And maybe it was always suspenseful, and there was just those few, whatever. This is great. And I was reading this, and it does follow a boy who's 17 years old. And so I was like, did Stephen King write a young adult? I mean, essentially it is, because it's a boy coming of age.
Coming of age. That's all a young adult really is, right?
Yeah, it's just it's a coming of age story. So in this book, we're going to follow this boy whose father is, and I'm just going to tell you the beginning. I'm not going to give you too much. Whose father is an alcoholic. His mother dies. She dies in a freak accident, and his dad becomes a raging alcoholic. The boy thinks he's going to end up living under the bridge. They're going to be homeless. And so he prays to God to please, and they're not a religious family. Please, God, I will do anything. I will live my life in service of you if you will just help my dad. And then like the very next day, his dad's old coworker shows up at the door, and he's in AA, and he basically says, come on, we're going to AA, and essentially saves his life. And then his dad starts his own company. And so,
Just turns his whole life around.
and this boy really does, because he was going down a bad track with a friend of his, but he really turns it around. And everything he does, he's doing, in his mind, he's saying, I'm doing this for God, right? Well, he's on his way home from school one day and he's walking and he hears like help me. And he hears the dog barking first. And there's the stories of the house, because you know every town has that house that's not haunted, but the old crazy person lives there. So it's an old crazy man, and he's got this big, huge dog named Radar that will eat you whole, and everybody's scared of it. And like when they walk past it, they walk really fast, or they cross the street. Like it's a big deal. But he hears the dog, and he's like, "Oh my God, something's wrong." And then he hears the guy calling for help. So he, as afraid as he is, he climbs the fence, goes in, and he helps this guy. He calls 911. And this guy takes him in. He's like the loner, takes him in, and he builds a trust and a friendship with this guy and Radar, his dog. And that's just the beginning of the adventure.
I just looked it up. It's categorized as a suspense, not what.
Yeah, I guess there's no reason to. I'm trying to look because every chapter has art. And one thing I love is the names of these chapters. So he's basically, each chapter is named after what you're going to read about in the chapter. Like this one, The Goddamn Bridge, The Miracle, and The Howling.
I am reading a book right now that has artwork in the chapters too.
Oh, yes!
I
love
wish
it
more
too.
authors did it. It makes me so happy when I see it.
Me too. I love it too. That's it, guys. Like, this is a 5-star book. I recommend it 100%. You guys know I can't shut up about it.
Josh just bought that one too.
He did?
Thanks, Josh.
Oh, yeah, because now y'all share a library.
So I also have it.
I can't shut up about this book. I think everybody who encounters me, I put it upside down. Everyone who encounters me is like, is that damn book you were reading?
Well, I mean, when we get on these books, they literally take over our lives. It means they're that good when they consume us.
Yes, it's that damn book. It's a damn book.
Always going to be that
It's
book.
always going to be that damn book.
Yes, always.
That's it, guys.
That's it. We love you guys.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.